Hello everyone and welcome to an oh my gosh, I don't know how we're going to manage this. This might be game over stream. So, we have loaded in to our home system, and unfortunately you can probably see from the right hand side that we have a couple of planets which have been blockaded and invaded. So if we zoom out, we can see the state of our empire, which is let's just say not fun at all. So we have 3 wars going on. We are thankfully against the Desticans. They have 44% war exhaustion versus our 37%. Unfortunately, if we settled the status quo, they would take 16 of our occupied systems and create a new Kroll Empire as an ally or subject of the Destican High Kingdom. So that would essentially put our cut our empire in half. Let's check our next one. Against the Raxicodiums and the Necromages of Halfasa, they are at 26% war exhaustion and we are at 4%. So if we settled the status quo, unfortunately they would also gain a few bits of our territory. And our last war, which is against the Rayabs, they also have 2 of our territories within their grasp. And well, if I'm going to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how we are going to get ourselves out of this situation. Based on where we left off last time, my thoughts were that we basically turtle down in Durascadon and Gatana and try and reinforce and hold down those tiny little sections of territory that we have. And this may change depending on how far the Raxicodiums come down. We might have to surrender Gatana and everything to the east and south of that and reinforce, go back to Gossok, build that station up and start from there. So we have in Durascadon, we have a fleet power of 11,700. And over at Gatana it is 3,800. We thankfully have positive income on all of our resources except for rare crystals, partly because we are just using so many of them up in our buildings. However, we don't really have that many alloys to be able to build up new fleets. So if we were to try and go up against these, we can see we've got the Rayabs here with 8,773 and the Desticans with almost 16,000, followed by a couple of Rayab reinforcements down here, whereas over here we have some visibility. So we have about 1,500 there, but unfortunately that is almost 30,000, and Gatana in its tiny little stealth area is only 12,400 strength, so we may be in for a bit of trouble. But let's unpause and hope against all hope that we can do something about this. Okay, so we have debris we can look at, we have essential perk available, we have falling intelligence on 2 of the empires, probably because we are at war with them. We have hostile fleets everywhere. We have fleets being upgraded, fleets detected. One of our species is up for sale on the slave market. And Dita now, let's just see what... Yep, these fleets are storming through to Gitana, which that is not going to help us. So Gitana has 6 defense platforms and we are just upgrading the last 2. But even with that, it's still, yeah, 12,800 power and ships of 3,800. So even if we are being generous, that's 13,600 versus 30,000. No, 31,000 actually. So, yes, they are going to ravage through our systems, and unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be a successful game for us. So this is rather unfortunate, and just as we are being attacked in Gitana, I would like to point out that I do have a poll running on my about page of my Twitch profile in case people have an opinion on what I should be going to play after this. We have the options of either doing another Stellaris games playthrough and trying to become the Crisis but being a bit more subtle about it. We have an option to play Stardew Valley with the Stardew Valley expanded mod and a bunch of additional ones. Or we could go for a classic retro game, The Sims 2, again with a bunch of mods, and also a bunch of game rules that I have created and crafted myself over, I think it's 10 years. Okay, so this says that we have some unspent civic points that we can use. So yes, we can get one more civic point. So what will be the best for us? So let's have a look. Is there anything here that would benefit us in terms of war? So Distinguished Admiralty, ship fire rate plus 10% and fleet command limit plus 10. Anything else? Moralists? Nope. No. Nationalistic zeal, war exhaustion gain minus 10% and claiming influence cost minus 10%, which would be useful if we weren't looking at white peace. And let's see, reanimated armies, that could be interesting, or warrior culture. No, I think we will go with distinguished admiralty, and we have just enough influence to be able to reform our government with that. Of course, that means that we had finished one of our research projects over here. So we are once again over our empire sprawl limit. But we could go for improved production. We could go for Xeno diplomacy, which gives us an embassy complex and +1 available envoys, which we could use for spying. Pop growth speed plus 10%, an off-road trading company. Or we could go for the long shot of a mega shipyard, which, yes, I am putting us down for that. And let's actually just see, can we piece out on any of these? No, it does not look like it. So I'm just waiting. It's like if they get to Koshkar and our home planet of Tiauko, how bad is that going to be? We're going to have to send that through to Gossok, unfortunately. And yep, you are going to attack that fleet there, and you are going to have no chance. I am so sorry. F's in the chat for that fleet. F in the chat. So whereabouts? Oh goodness. Yes, this is not going at all well. This is not going at all well. Oh boy. So, okay, thankfully one of the fleets has gone over here to take some of that. And this has almost 13,000 compared to our almost 14,000. So we might be able to do something there. Nope. Nope, they've decided to come back. I think they could probably sense that we're sending a fleet through to Gossok, and they are going to be doing their best to try and come back for it. Okay, the artisan troop, yeah, we'll just say we hope the situation improves, because I am desperately hoping that that is what is going to happen here. So we obviously have left Durascadon kind of undefended, but it does have 18,200 fleet power on its own, which should be good enough to stand up against most things. Okay, so we still have the 18,000 fleet power up in Gatana, but I do not know how we will manage to get out of this. I feel that we will be able to wipe peace, but I think we may be rather limited in what we are able to successfully do. So we'll upgrade our outpost here to a starport and hope against hope that that does not get interrupted in any way, and we can hopefully push through and make that another defensive system. Oh, we are just losing so much here, it is unbelievable. Oh. This is not going to be fun, and yep, there we go, we just had a fleet come through to Gossok. Thankfully, it's just like 2,000, but we still have our main fleets. Okay, so if I send you to Durascadon and go over there, and then we will put you at Gossok. Can we do that? Where are you, Gossok? Okay, it doesn't look like we can do that. So, yeah, they are taking over quite a lot of our territories, and unfortunately upgrading Gossok is probably going to really tank our economy. Yes, thank you. That is just what I needed from you right now. So we can sell some minerals. Oops, no, not 110. So if we sell 30 minerals, that should hopefully get our energy back up, and our new station is not going to take too many, is not going to punish us too harshly, but we do have an ascension perk in hand just in case we need it, where I think we have, one of them is an option to give us additional star bases. So 50 days to get to Gossok. And is this, they are retreating back up to Gatana. Okay. So this is, yes, not going as I had really wanted it to. Ish. So, yes. Hostile station engaged. Okay, so we are engaging. Okay, we have won back our Gossok station, and we will park our fleet there and just basically wait and hope for the best. Here we are, still losing a bunch of energy. New technology has been researched. We will pause that for a moment. How much is one volatile mote going for? A decent amount, so we could just sell the one there. We could probably sell a bunch of food as well. So if we sell 40 of that and get our energy back. So we have code breaking +2. So we could do research station, we could unlock a science nexus, improved reactor booster, or subspace sensors, or advanced research complexes. Well, if we are going to turtle and build high, we probably want to have research complexes done. That gives us more of an advantage in terms of like getting things obviously researched faster. And well, yes. So, what do we have here? So could we potentially send a fleet through and take some? We have 16,000 there. No, that doesn't look good enough. Do we actually have a claim? Yes. Okay, so we do have a claim on that system there, but I do not know how we would be able to potentially push down to that. It might be worth just staying where we are at Durascadon and letting the rest of our territories be sacrificed. We have 6,000 and something there, 1,800. So you, 23,000 are busy there. Where is that big fleet of yours? Like 16,000 down there. So do we try and retrieve? But then no, the thing is, oh, Gitana station here is 8,000, so that's 14,000. No, we're not going to have the fleet power strength to be able to pull that together, unfortunately. So again, let's just unpause and see what happens. Okay, so we have some Raxacodian fleets coming here, just 2,000 people. Okay, how much can we reinforce you for? 810 minerals, because you are just menacing corvettes. Okay, so let's bump that up to 10 and see, that is 2,100. Do it. Society management crisis. So we are 1,092. So unfortunately, yeah, menacing corvette. Oh goodness. Oh, okay, someone has decided to not be smart about this. They are sending 2,000 in against a fleet of 3,600. While neglecting the fact that we have a starbase of power 18,200. So, are you now just... Yeah, okay, you are now just standing there. So if we wait for you... Okay, so you've merged up to 4.4 thousand and send you back to fight that.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
So, yes, pretty much all of our planets are now, unfortunately, being invaded, blockaded, all the works. We can snag a few victory wars here and there, but unfortunately it's not going to be that great. Okay, so thankfully, despite the fact that they have destroyers and we are just using mainly corvettes with one battleship, we still look like we are doing some damage to them. Yep. Okay, that looks... Okay, they do have some corvettes as well, but never mind, we are cutting through them. And we can just send you back to Durascadon station to repair and reinforce. Similarly over here in Gossok, so we could reinforce you for about 1,250 and a bit and upgrade 6 ships upgraded. Okay, so nope, you would need to go back to a different station. However, Gossok, so starbase upkeep plus 25%, but it looks like we are still in the green for most everything else, which is good. What is not good is this fleet of 20,000 people. Oh, 20,000 fleet power that is coming down to Gossok. I know. Nope. We are... I think that might be us gone, unfortunately. Like, if we pull back behind the station, I don't think that's going to be enough. Nope, unless we somehow manage to have, like, unless our admiral on this has some huge benefits from being level 5 and being gale speed and having unyielding. I don't think that is going to change the fact that they have 50% more fleets than we do. Okay, so I think the question is, if it does look like our home planet is going to fall, what do we do? Do we surrender? Do we try and keep for a white piece? Or do we go like that, you know, this game, we're pretty much done, there's nothing else we can do, and either start again or just try a different game? So what can we do for engineering? Yeah, I think probably we want plasma thrusters is going to be our best option. So, yep, there our station has fallen with about a loss of 100 fleet power to the enemy. And they are staying there, so unfortunately I will have to send my fleet forward so they can engage. And, okay, so their admiral has a level of 2, but they are shredding through our cruisers, most unfortunately. So this is probably going to be a very, very short stream regardless. So what can we do? So if we surrender, impose ideology, they will get all of the territory that they have occupied, and they will enforce their like being fanatical, xenophile and spiritualist on us. If we surrender here, they will, so the Raxicodiums will get 19 of our systems, so they're the ones that have come through here. And if we surrender on this one, like impose ideology of the Rayubs, which is again fanatical, xenophile and spiritualist. So either way we are going to basically lose everything. Okay, I think I am honestly going to call it. As much as I hate this, I think we are going to have to surrender to the Desticans. The worst possible outcome. So we have lost that war. So they have taken a chunk of our territory up here. Thankfully we do have this bit here, though we will have to deal with the Shard at some point for that. So our leader has had to abdicate, and we are now, so Starbase module cost minus 20% and Corvette build minus 20%, but unfortunately we are now a fanatical xenophile and a spiritualist. So let's just have a quick look at our other wars and see what we can do. It's pretty much the Raxicodiums have taken the vast majority of our stations and fleets. So I wonder, could we potentially, so 331, that's still ours from the looks of it, but the planet is occupied. And then, okay, so I think I will send this up here to knock these over. And we need our transport fleet to also come all the way up here, and we could potentially get these back and reinforce that area. So let's try that.
Incoming transmission.
Okay. Establish an embassy. Okay, so they are apparently cordial. We have positive relations with them. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
I don't think we're going to be in this game for too much longer anyway. So the Rayabs are coming up here with 13,000 fleet power. Oh, you are. Okay, you are retreating.
Incoming transmission.
Unfortunately, we don't quite know where things are. And yeah, this is well, pretty much showing one of the drawbacks of taking the xenophobe trait. Because, well, suddenly now that we're xenophile, we have all of these things, like all of these people deciding that they want to like create envoys in our systems and like add us to their migration treaties and whatnot. Okay, so okay, yep, we could donate, we'll do that. So that fleet is missing. When are you expected back? In 7 days time. So we could potentially try and send you over to the Gossok system and try and take that back, and then we can surrender from there.
Hostile station engaged.
Okay, so that is taking up Doria. We have 1,000 fleets there, and then the Desticans at 16,000, but they are now neutral to us.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
So, okay. Right, that is heading up there, that is heading across there. Okay, we have this fleet. Is now back. How powerful is the Gossok station? 1,000 fleet power. So if we send you across there, and we are going to have to carefully manage when we are going to surrender, because we will obviously need to... Okay, they've realised that. So yes. So unfortunately, if we merge those, just to basically get something in, and we have the Rayabs again, 13,000 coming up from the south. Okay, that is reinforced. Okay, so we'd need over 11,500 alloys to be able to go through all of this and reinforce that up to full capacity, which is not going to happen. However, what I will do is heal them up as best as we can. Losing Gossok is going to really pain me though. Okay, the Raxacodiums have decided that they are going to make a beeline for our home planet despite my planning. So I guess we will see in a moment if our home planet being completely occupied is game over, or if we might be able to survive with a few of the other planets. But I think even if we do, losing our home planet is going to be a severe punishment to our empire, and I may have to call it game over for then. So yep, they have taken Porima, and let's just see where they are going to be going. So they look to be just sitting. Oh no, I was going to say that, but no, they are moving indeed to our home planet. So we can take a new tradition. Not that it is going to matter much, so we'll take the public's work to get us one additional housing on systems, and well, I think we will just sit back and... Oh no, actually they decided to go somewhere else. It looks like they might be pulling back to the Gossok system and saving us for at least a tiny bit. So how are we doing against the Rayups? They are at 61 war exhaustion, though they do have a claim to one of our systems. Which one is that? I'm just trying to see. Oh no, sorry, 4 systems. So, yep, these 4 down here. And the Raxacodiums and Necromages of Holfassa. Okay, that is interesting. I swear. Okay, if we surrender to the Raxacodiums, we will lose all that territory. If we settle a status quo, if it stays as it currently is, we will not lose any more territory against them, and then we can go up against the Rayups. So, annoyingly, I don't think I can see exactly what claims they have laid against us. No, I don't think I can see what claims they have. You are sending a tiny little fleet down to probably try and sweep this area. Wait, where did... Oh. Did we just lose our... Yeah, it looks like we just lost our invasion fleet. So what can we do? So we can recruit like Gene Warrior armies or general. Okay, and Yao, who can we recruit here? We can recruit a Cybrex Warform. Let's do that one there. Speaking of, we are lacking, yeah. Yeah. We don't have nearly enough minerals to be able to go through that. Okay, so you are 6,200. I'm just trying to think where can we go? What would be the best method? Well, I think obviously going up to Prima and trying to do that first. Unfortunately, we have this fleet of almost 19,000 sitting at Gatana, and they are probably going to move down into Gossok if we try. But presuming we can keep where we are and just let the war exhaustion tick up. So 64%, so offering status quo minus 75% and relative navy strength minus 39%, or exhaustion plus 51. So we are probably going to have to build up our fleets again a tiny bit to actually ensure that that goes ahead. And yeah, similarly here, we are going to need to build up our navy a bit more for them to be able to accept any kind of white peace. We have plasma thrusters researched. Synthetic crystal plants, we needed that. Yep, that is going ahead. I don't care if there were potentially other military aspects available, we need that. Okay, so Lurim Prime, we want a second Gene Warrior army. And Tiao, unfortunately the Cybrex Warform takes 500 days. The Inari have psionic abilities. So that is fully occupied. So why are you... Is that honestly just because, like, you're saying that just because it is occupied that you are saying, like, we have this? Actually, let's just have a look. What is rule 251? So, where is our fleet? Up there. So, can start bombarding that. Okay, so we have taken Prima back, and the big 19,000 fleet has decided to retreat at least a tiny bit. Where are we in terms of this? Yes, I think we are honestly put this fleet in Gossok, build up Gossok as much as we can. Similarly, try and see if we can force down here and get one of these bases, probably Siniagawa, reinforced up, because Duraskadon seems to be enough of a deterrent for most of the other fleets that they are just not bothering with that. Okay, the Raxicodian fleet up here is retreating up to here, so that will be good enough for us. Okay, where else are people coming through? There's a couple there, so we have one transport fleet available. And that is 107, so our Gene Warrior armies are unfortunately 107 each. I'm not quite sure it is going to necessarily be enough. That is the one that I just looked at. And the Cybrex Warform. Not affected by morale damage, so if we honestly just keep one of those in our system. Okay, do I send someone down here? 1,600. 6,000. Okay, no. So, yep, I will just leave that there to bombard the planet. And how else is everything going? So let's actually take a look at the galaxy at large. So we are starting to see quite a few different empires actually spreading out and taking quite a lot of space themselves. Okay, we have Gossok back. Upgrade that. That is going to take 480 days, but we can see that the Raxicodian fleet is for some reason moving. Oh no, it's coming back. Okay, we are going to have to keep an eye on that. And actually, if we put a shipyard there, that will take 180 days. And that might be enough for us to get some of the fleet that's stationed in Gossok healed and upgraded. Okay, so our second transport fleet is fine. Okay, we have some Raxicodiums, 800 there, 2,600. Okay, the Pakus have become xenophilic. And we have, so that's 1,500, 3,300, so pretty much 4,000 there against almost 5,000. Plus they also have a army or transport fleet there for some reason. Okay, so there goes our transport fleet. So introduce galactic standard. So what does this do? Monthly influence +1, but monthly energy credits -2%. Okay, I might as well support that, seeing as no one is actually Proval has low stability because it is being blockaded. There's not much I can do about that. I'm sorry. For now, at least. There are 100 days until that is done. To the Zempec system. I can't quite figure out where is that. Oh, I don't really care at the moment. I am physically looking at the map rather than focusing on trying to find these areas where you say fleets and whatnot are coming through. So yes, that Raxicodian fleet is coming down to there.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
And again, yep. Okay, so we have some of the Raxicodiums coming down there. Yes, sure, fine. Take a bunch of energy and just go. Exotic gas refineries. Yeah, we probably want that one as well because we are getting a bit low on the rare materials, seeing as we are just, or we have just been mining them rather than what's the word? Okay, we need to actually buy food lest our organics end up starving. Okay, has Gossop got the shipyard? Almost. This isn't going to be nearly enough, especially as we have 23,000 coming up there to potentially Durascadon. Yes, that is going across to Durascadon. Okay, okay, settle status quo. Okay, so they still have Salax and Yinin, so I can see Salax and Yinin right there. Those are okay to be sacrificed. Like pretty much so long as we keep at Yedixa and Siniagawa, we have 2 choke points so we can move against the Waxcodiums in the future. And then up against the Rayobs. So they still have those 4 systems down there. Okay, there we go. There is our other transport fleet, so we'll move that down there, despite how dangerous it is going to be with an approaching fleet. Actually, speaking of that, we will put it back down to Agawa and see how that goes. Okay, Gossok has a station, has a shipyard, so we can potentially try and reinforce or try and repair that fleet and just hope against hope. You are coming down to Gossok.
Rolling away from enemy fleet.
So that is going to demolish us. And speaking of demolishing, yes, somehow I don't think our station is going to survive against these 2 fleets that well. Thankfully we are just down to... Okay, your flickering is annoying me. Okay, so it says we have the superior power, but I'm not quite sure that is actually going to be correct, seeing as these are counted as 2 separate things. However, we are shredding through the destroyers on them. But some of our defense platforms are going down pretty quickly. So, yes. Nope, I think we're going to lose Durascadon Station, and if we lose Durascadon Station, I think that is going to be us done for. They are just 2 jumps away from our home planet, and I have no idea what will happen if that is the case. And obviously Gossok is now re-lost, and they are coming back to Porima to grab that one. So 1 Rayab fleet here and 1 Waxcodian fleet here.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
So the Rayabs are at 72% war exhaustion, and the Waxcodiums and Necromages are at 62%, but I don't think this is going to be enough. They have split, Waxcodiums have split that fleet into 2, as have the, oh no, the Rayabs had 2 fleets there anyway. Let's actually come in here and see. So you are sending 1 fleet up to Trabur. And where is the other one? Look like that is this. I'm going to say that looks like the station, but nope. That looks like it is coming towards Koshka, which is naturally our home planet. And we do have our first fleet has returned to there, but that is only 3.1 thousand. And our other one is, well, trying to bombard this planet unsuccessfully, and we have 1,800 fleet coming up against that. So, oh, and someone creeped through to get lyrium. Oh, okay, well, I guess we see if taking our home system is an immediate game over, or if we could potentially peace out with war exhaustion. So the Destican High Kingdom views the continued independence of the Crocatiria as a prerogative. We are prepared to formally devote ourselves to that cause. So guarantees the independence of our empire. If we are attacked, they will automatically come to our defense. Okay, agree. We are in 2 wars at the moment. Does this mean you are going to come to our defense, like, right now? Please? No? Nope. Okay, so we have... that is the Rayobs and Waxicodiums. Welp. Yep, there we go. 10,500 of the Rayobs just warped in. Our small fleet of 3,000 is valiantly trying to fight against that, but they are failing. 10,500 coming in. So we are now basically losing everything. One of our scientists has died because the science ship was destroyed, and you are coming across here, and you are probably going to start bombarding and blockading Tiao. Yep. So saving the game. We have no options now. We only have the 2 worlds of... Now where are they? So we have Yerk Feedhun there, and Varium Prime, which is all the way over there. So we have 2 worlds, but they are very, very well separated. So unfortunately, I think we are going to have to just sit here and wait for that to peace out. And we could just surrender. I believe that would mean they also get Koshkana. Yep, Tiao. 8 more research done. That's those. And Juggernaut and Colossal Assembly Yards. Well, why not? We're not going to get there. There go all of our resources into the negative, because basically everything but 2 small planets are blockaded, and most likely this fleet here is going to be going to up Barvis, or maybe not. Hey. Yes, that is not pleasant at all. Not been pleasant at all. So I will once again remind people that I do have a poll on my Twitch about page asking people what they would like to see after the end of this Stellaris series, which is probably going to be today, seeing as they are taking over basically everything and we are going to have nothing left. So our options are to try again with Stellaris and do some more work and preparation, get a different empire coming through, probably one that is neither a xenophile nor xenophobe, so we don't have the immediate enemies with everyone around us. We have an option for Stardew Valley modded with the Stardew Valley expanded and a multitude of other additional mods, or we could go for the Sims 2 with like a collection of mods I have accumulated over the past 15 years, plus a bunch of game rules which affect things like what jobs Sims can get, how many children, like is their ideal number, whether they are able to go to university, and is based very much on a wants-based system. So if you haven't voted and you have a strong interest in one of those over the others, please go ahead and vote. Okay, so we are basically just sitting here while the Rayobs and Waxicodiums rampage through our empire. There is honestly nothing that I can do. Like, we may survive with Avarium Prime, but we will be right next to the shard, which will be an absolute pain in terms of trying to go anywhere other than north into the Desticans. So thankfully they have said that they will protect us. So we do have a effectively defensive pact with them. But other than that, yes. I am trying to tick down the war score and get to some kind of white peace, but so we have a migration treaty from the Raxacodiums, which I don't really know why we would accept because we have absolutely nothing that we can do. So, shall we? Let's surrender to the Rayabs. They take those fleets. And let's also surrender to the Raxacodiums. Unfortunately. Yep, the worst possible outcome. And let's see. Okay, we did actually manage to survive some of our territory. So, embassy from the Rayabs. And the Raxacodiums are already laying claim to some of our other systems. Oh goodness me. Okay, so we have 10 years. We need to try and figure out where our next best, yes, okay, our next best option for a home planet is going to be, because we are majorly in the red for energy, minerals and food. We still have, thankfully, 165 fleet power capacity, and we did just get our like the Titan ships. So let's have a look. Where do we need to reinforce against everyone, basically? Okay, well, if we all send everyone back to Gatana. So, okay, you are set to Gatana. You are going to go through the shard territory. Right, that is not good. Okay, you know what? I am going to offer you a trade deal, and we are going to transfer you. Okay, okay, that is annoying. I can't actually do that and still see what systems I want to give you. So anyway, I will bring up a notepad. So we will give you Ivarim, Rodriax, Isam and Navi, and then we will basically clear out, oh, and the Kabji system. We will send all of these fleets around the long way. Unfortunately, that also looks like it's going to go through some enemies, but we will make Gatana our base of operations. Hopefully with the Desticans behind us, we will not be impacted too much. And the Rayobs are now agreeing to defend us. Okay. It looks like someone is a bit annoyed at the Raxacodiums. But anyway, we will offer you a trade deal. So, are any of these ones that we can actually... Oh, no, wrong way round. We want this one. So we will give you Kabji. And are there any of the other ones that we can? No, but we will confirm that one just because that is an annoying little bit of territory in between us and them. So they can have that. Okay, apparently we cannot extend our research deal because we need 4,000 credit. So, okay, they have taken that. I really don't know how to sort through this. I'm not quite sure if we'll really be able to do so at all. So non-aggression pact with the Rayabs. Okay, they have obviously taken that system that we gave them. And oh boy, okay, so how is this planet doing? So we need more minerals. So where can we put that from? What will give us so mineral purification plant? So that can only support one, unfortunately. Where are our other systems? We've got one up here, so we can build 2 mining districts there. We are going to have a bit of a supply issue with minerals, but a Proval has resulted in terrorist action, which is obviously not good. We will bump that up to 80 minerals a month. A Proval is down here. So governing ethics traction minus 33%. We have basically no housing and no amenities. Demolish the energy grid. And I don't think we can really do much else there. We have 6 available jobs. And the T now is up there. So build more mineral plants. Migration treaty, yeah, sure, whatever. A market. We are making 2 rare crystals, so we could drop that down a tiny bit. We obviously don't need to buy quite as many as we had done previously. Oof. Just wait for the month to tick over. Okay, so we're doing that. Unfortunately, we have just got to 0 minerals. So how many can we buy? We can buy 3,000, which will probably still not be enough, but it will suffice for now. We have thankfully 13,000 food in storage, so we will be able to manage with that temporarily. Okay, that fleet is still there, so we want you to come over and return to Katana the long way round, unfortunately. And the science ship, you do not have any kind of leader. We will give you one with a custom AI assistant and tell you to obviously assist research on Avarium Prime, which thankfully we do have a research station there. Well, we managed to survive, which is something better than I thought it was going to do, but unfortunately our empire has been quite fractured and fragmented, so we are going to have to look rather carefully at how we are going to reconfigure all of our systems and see what we can do. So oh no, can't seem to give you anything. But the Raxicodium have banished an ancient threat in the Sysmac system. Oh. Okay, change of plans actually. That is a relic world. Right. Okay. Do you have... No, you do not have a shipyard. Navi has a shipyard. Okay, where is that construction ship? 90 days. So they have managed to destroy the shard down in the Sysmac system, so I will be coming back there and taking that as quickly as I possibly can, which also means you could probably take the shorter route. So this obviously has been quite a major setback in terms of what we have been able to do. However, thankfully we are still in existence. So, and let's see how you are doing. Oh, so you have managed to actually survive the atomic age and you are now in an early space age. So currently we are doing aggressive observations on you, and I think if we just go back to a passive observation, seeing as you are probably going to become a space-faring empire soon. So are you still pretty basic in terms of what you have? Let's have a look. Yep, still pretty basic. Tundra preference, conformists, and 67% xenophile and 32% materialist, so that doesn't look like it has changed one bit. Okay, we have our construction ship, so we can have that selected and come down here and build an outpost. So we'll have a little bit more space to work with there. And what else can we do? So the Rayobs and the Desticans are now going to be making sure that if we get attacked, they will come to our aid. So the Raxicodiums have not agreed such a thing, so they will probably decide to come back against us, as the Zaddies probably will as well, though they are currently in a war against the Inaris and a couple of other different species. And I know I keep saying this, but we will have to just wait and see what happens. So this could give us a relic world. So migration treaty, the Desticans have entered into a migration treaty with the Inari Confederacy, which may mean that we ourselves get some Inari. What is consuming so many minerals? It's all of our jobs. So we go back and have a look. Do we have any civilian fabricators? You turn obviously minerals into consumer goods, and you are taking up 2 rare crystals as well. So if I could disable that, and I could also potentially, actually that's going to that will take 1 exotic gas, and we have 2 available, and that will go from 2 jobs to 4. So actually if we do that for both of those and then disable that, minerals will run out in 12 months. Yes, I'm trying to do as good a job as I can. I'll demolish the hydroponics farm. And okay, so that is actually telling us we can downgrade that, and that just gives us 2 artisan jobs. Okay, so mineral purification plants, we can upgrade that. And alloy foundries, we could probably yeah, demolish that. So admin office, fine. Civilian industries, we will leave that as it is. And okay, where do we have unemployed? So we've got 5, 13. Okay, so we have 15 like highly skilled people looking for jobs, and Detanau Prime does not have many things that are actually... Oh, it has a few free options. Unfortunately, we cannot build that because we are lacking a bunch of crystals. So I don't think... Yes, unfortunately, we do have... Like, we do have all the things that we can remove the rare crystals potentially. And let's just have a look at that. And it ticks over into the next month. We could sell all of our Zhro, and that would give us... Yeah, so we could sell, like... how many do we actually have? 163. So if we sold 3 a month, that would bump up our energy a bit. Unpause and see how that is going. So we're almost at the next month, and we can recalculate and see how things are. Okay, so we are losing the Zhro, which is absolutely fine. Oh goodness, okay, that would actually be why we are losing all of our crystals, because that's selling them, not buying them. And then if we turn this back to 100 while we get that back up and running, and let's just hope that that doesn't impact us too much. So... Oh goodness, this is... Okay, well, I'm downgrading that anyway. So we should have the availability for... that should bump us back up on alloys, hopefully. And then we can start climbing back and getting our resources back into the green. So no. Okay, so we can, let's say, reduce that by 10. And then by 5 consumer goods a month. Okay, we have the Sysmac system. So we can build mining stations for 150, which will give us another rare crystal. That will be good. And the Waxicodiums have just laid claim to Sysmac. Of course they have, because why wouldn't they? And also the Everem system. But again, for now, we have a somewhat stable system. And give me a moment and I will honestly... Why did I put a mineral purification? No, demolish that, because we've only got 1 mineral plant there. We don't need that there. Anyway, that has 3. That has 1 out of 2. That has 1. That has 4. That has 5. And that has a potential of 4. So if we put the mineral purification plants here, so that will increase the number of minerals we get by 15%. And then if we look who has the best energy, so 4, 3, 5, and that already has, yep, that has an energy grid. That has 3, that has 1, that has 2. And yes, we will donate again. I know we don't have much energy, but we are slowly gaining it per month. Okay, so we have a lack of housing. So if we build a city district, and that will rectify that. So we have plenty of housing there, but we don't have many amenities. Same here. Same here. That is good on amenities, but it does mean that we have a lot of jobs lacking, and we also here have quite a lot of housing and whatnot unavailable, unfortunately. So declare martial law. So the thing is that we don't know. Oh, we don't want martial law because our crime is obviously at 0. Our stability is like also admittedly at 0. So soldiers on the planet each provide 5 stability. So how many soldiers do we have? Okay, none in there apparently. And apparently none in there either, so that would do absolutely nothing. So we don't want to do any of that. Okay, so there were no options there to like quickly rebuild the system from the looks of it, unfortunately. Okay. Yes, so that may honestly just be a function of just waiting for it to rebuild. Okay, so that fleet there has been repaired from the looks of it. We are back up roughly into the positive for those. Now actually, you know what? We'll get rid of as many menacing corvettes as we have because at the moment they are not that useful. We have 150 years to go until game over, and I think I may consider this a learning experience and set up a few different empires and come back to this at a later time and consider what we can do differently. I already have in mind a few ideas for my next empire that we will try again with becoming the crisis, as well as obviously extending when the end game will occur. Okay, we can also sell another one of those and just see how we are doing. So we will sell that one for about 5.4 and this is selling for 16. Okay, so we could cancel selling the volatile moat. We are buying 90 food. We can probably turn that down to 80. So we will need to buy one more consumer good, just so we can again balance things out. We do have obviously our relics, so we can proclaim religious revelation, so spiritualist ethics extraction plus 50%, celebrate diversity, reverse engineer arcane technology, find military applications. Okay, well we will do that. So combat drugs, harmonic isolation. Okay, no, that is something that we need to have a look at when we are actually going to be at war. Reverse engineer arcane technology. So research speed plus 10% for 5 years. And what else can we do? We can't obviously do secrets of the Cyberx, but we can sell one of these each for 5,000. So if we go down to 25 and then have a look for the, where are you? The Curator Enclave. So aid us in our research. That should give us a tiny bit of a boost again. So, yep, Curator Insight plus 10% and technological ascendancy. And actually, while we are thinking about that, let's have a look at our scientists. Can we get any good ones that are reasonably quickly? So, maniacal, a custom AI assistant, there we go. Okay, so we get rid of you and get rid of you. So technology, you are 134, you are 137, you are 90. So we have 75% for each of you, and let's just change that out. You are at 67%, but you should be better in the long run. and then 75%. Change you for nope, not that for that one, and that is 72%. And we will come back and have a look to see if someone has like one of the robot options again in the future. Okay, so we are losing 0.12. Oh no, it's just jumped back up. Okay, so we are not losing anymore. Okay, so 2 specialist unemployed pops there, and 5 unemployed ones there. So I think I will honestly wait for you to kind of move around and okay, exotic gas. Okay, yeah, we can do one of that. No, we can't. Yes, we want to upgrade that research complex because you do have somewhat of a good system set up for that. We are losing 102 minerals here a month. We don't want the clone vats. No, demolish that. And sacrificial temple. Turn consumer goods into Unity Society research and amenities. I'm not quite sure we want that either. So demolish that. So this has 3 energy. That has... So we could do quite a few energy systems there. That one obviously already has that. And I'm just trying to think what the best way is. So we've got 4, we have 5 there, and we have mineral purification plants, so that could be upgraded, and that gives us +1 volatile motes, or takes +1 volatile motes, so we might do that when we have a bit more resources. If we go back here and let's see where our consumer goods, civilian industries, so we will build that one up and get that increasing. Oh, sorry about that, apparently I've been talking way too much for way too long today. So obviously -43 energy and -91 crystals there, but we should hopefully get a few systems through on that. Okay, so that is looking okay to me.
Alien Federation formed.
Okay, so we have an Alien Federation, and someone wants to do a commercial pact. We will get 3.29 energy and they will get 59.31 each month. Okay. And we can now use the hostile takeover against the Ziran Trade Union. Okay, that just said the Desticans would get about 3 energy a month, and we would get about 3 energy a month and the Desticans would get 50, but it looks like it's actually the other way around. Okay, so someone's declared someone else their rival. So if we are making that amount of money, we can probably remove that. And we're also making a bunch more food, so we can probably decrease that as well and get our energy credits per month again creeping up. So we are technically losing some exotic gases. And okay, so we've managed to mitigate the problem of all of those level 2 workers being unemployed. It looks like they've either obviously jumped down to the like just being level 1, or they migrated across to different companies. So we could become an associate member of the Cosmic Compact. Yeah, why not? I know I'm just being very blasé about this whole thing, but I think this has gone way off the rails from where we had actually intended it to be. So it's a bit, you know, There's no way in 150 years we are going to be able to build up our fleets enough, go to war with everyone, get our what's the word? Oh goodness, I can't think of the word. Get our crisis up again and then deal with even more stuff. So yes, I think once again I will consider this a learning exercise. We will probably end this after this episode and we will start up a new different game. And if I actually just have a quick look at that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we are doing okay, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can really say. We are doing okay. So if we have 20 cruisers... and 5 battleships per fleet, that is going to be quite a if we go back down, so say 15 and 3 battleships, and if we disband all the menacing corvettes that we have, yep, okay, disband that, and then go back to here. So we will add 15 cruisers and 3 battleships. Okay, that will take us just over the limit. So if we actually say 14 cruisers and 3 battleships per fleet, or actually even, I think we can only get 1 Titan, can't we? Yes. So how much would a Titan create? And Preval, another major incident has occurred, extensive property damaging, significant loss of life. And again, so terror victims, governing ethics attraction -33%, and then terror victims severe. And Maxicodiums have claimed the Navi system. Anyway, I was going back to our fleet manager, so we want, or we will need 22,000 alloys to be able to do that. Okay, so that's 22,500 more or less. And let's have a look how much our alloys are going for. A lot. Okay, well, we have been going for almost an hour and a half, and I honestly think that I am going to call not only this episode but this series to a close. I will be going to a different game from Monday. Most likely, from the looks of the poll, it is going to be Stardew Valley Expanded, so I may actually do a spontaneous stream of that again later today just to get people interested in it. But for now, I think I will, like I said, call it here, maybe do a bit of configuration for the next empire, and maybe crowdsource a few others to put in the galaxy for the next time. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye for now.